Time for more shenanigans. So, I actually decided what I'm going to do this time is throw the Borla back on. I don't like how quiet it's become. I kind of got used to the sound of that, and this is actually pretty easy just to throw back on. If you guys saw in the first one, I actually had that installed, and the way I did it, I was able to just kind of unclamp it, drop it, and I threw the stock one back on. So it's really just doing that again. So I get this thing turned around and we'll get working on it. So real quick before I take it back off, you notice kind of how quiet it is. But some other things you guys could do, you know, instead of something like this is, you know, you could have a full catback built. So, you know, from where the cat connects, where this is actually broken, you would just build pipe from there. It comes down the center, it'll head towards the driver's side, go up over the axle, and then, you know, do whatever kind of muffler setup you want. But generally, it's the style to use right here is where you have a 1 in and 2 out. Just about every big name brand out there makes them. But, you know, like I said, this will come from over the axle, goes in, and then, you know, goes out to each side. We're just doing a muffler or axle back, whatever you want to call it, and yeah, that's all it is to it. That Borla also uses the factory hanger spots, so that makes it nice and easy. Okay, there's one. I'm thinking I could take, yep, that's what I thought. So I'll take the muffler out first. Woo! Don't like that. I'm gonna go ahead and hopefully get this in the hangers first. Usually helps to, I don't know, I'm gonna put the, yeah, I'm gonna put the pipe in here first. Try to get that lined up. Maybe not. At least get this side in. There we go. All right, so there it goes. Look at that. And this falls right where it needs to. Just have to penetrate it. There you go. Okay. All right, so we got it back in the hangers. Almost looks normal. All right, put our clamps back on. Do this top one first. Our muffler swapped. So easy as that. I don't believe I've ever shown underneath one of these to kind of explain, but so way up there, what you see right here in front of you is a resonator. And let's see if I can get a different angle here. Kinda, but the triangle looking thing up just in front of that is your converter. Typically, the kits they used to sell and what people usually make is they'll drop, there's actually a flange between the converter and the resonator if it's not rusted out, where you're able to unbolt that and then just run, you know, all new pipe. This is all 2 1/4 on the GTs, 2 1/2 the norm, I guess you want to say. And then one of the biggest things is right here over the axle. You can see how they crushed it. You get it bent so that you can go up and over without doing that. If I can crawl underneath the turbo car, I can kind of show you. And this is my SLP, is actually an old kit you could buy as well. Yeah, so you can see it's the same thing, how it uses the factory hangers, but you can see how they kept the pipe round. There's nothing crushed about it. All right, let's see what she sounds like. Now you also have the whole intake going on. You know the deal. Drive it down for a couple of days and we'll do a 0 to 60. And I did data log with the quoter to kind of see what happened, and outside of a little bit of a fuel trim difference. Yeah. So it's probably why we only saw that little bit of a gain, if you could call it that. But we'll see what adding a less restricted muffler does. Alright, so we're set up for our 0 to 60 with the muffler. Predictions, probably no change at all if I had to guess. Ambient temp's a little cooler today, so we'll see if that kind of skews it at all. But yeah, I'm thinking probably the same thing as what it was with the last video. But let's find out. Alright, well, there you go. I'm gonna say part of that is probably from the cool air. I'm gonna say the ambient temp is probably 10 degrees less than what I did with the other two tests. Numbers don't lie, so that's where we're at with that. I mean, I guess we could call, you know, intake exhaust a good solid second off your 0 to 60. So I've also been data logging, and I think what we'll do is at the end of the next video, after we did testing on the throttle body, we'll go ahead and talk about what we found thus far from stock to after that throttle body. So that wraps up the muffler part. So we're gonna move on to the next piece, and thanks for watching. See you in the next one.